Hey guys, PokeKnight19 back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at the third game in Rocksteady's trilogy, The Arkham Knight. Yes, I said trilogy. Origins is the Black Sheep. We're not going to count that one. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at the side missions of Arkham Knight, including Seasons of Infamy, and rank all of them, from 18 to 1. Let's get into it. Okay, so in 18th place we have Occupy Gotham, and there are 4 militia missions in Arkham Knight, and they all are pretty similar, but I put Occupy Gotham at the very bottom because it was the least, different. Like, each encounter felt mostly the same. You go in there, you go into Predator mode, you beat up the militia, and then you blow up the little device to take down the tower. Where, the other 4 had a little bit of variety, but not by much. Like, you'll see all 4 are in the very bottom, and this also reflects just the boss battle at the end with Deathstroke. Like, the tank battle was just so disappointing. I sat there baffled for 2 minutes. Like, it should have been a hand-to-hand fight, no doubt. But I put Occupy Gotham at the bottom because at least the other ones had a little more variety. This just has your average militia, maybe a medic once in a while, and I could disable all of that with my disruptor, and I could take them out very easily. And there was no variety. It was all very bland. That's why it's in 18th place.
Who trained you, Bat?
Okay, in 17th place we have the side mission Own the Roads, and this side mission also suffers from the same things as Occupy Gotham, where it's very bland, and the only variety is when you have a different enemy type like the ninjas, but that is basically it. You take them all out, you go to the commander, and you crunch or blow up his little device to take down the walls. But it is satisfying to see your city all red, and gradually as you work these stations down, it becomes more of the original Gotham that you saw in the beginning of the game. But that is one of the only positives. And of course the combat is always so smooth. That is another positive. But that is about it. These are just very bland. Okay, so in 16th place we have Campaign for Disarmament, and I know you guys are probably wondering why this isn't in last place, and the reasons for that is, one, it has a tiny bit more variety with introducing harder drones to deal with, like the dragonflies or the mama drones, and also it does lead up to the boss fight where the others had nothing leading up to it. This leads up to Deathstroke's fight, even though that fight is pitiful and garbage. But yeah, so it's in 16th place because the tank battles are fun when add a grain of salt, you know, like I don't want to be doing them all the time, but little by little they are kind of fun.
Rattler offline.
Okay, so the last of the 4 militia missions, Armored and Dangerous, comes in 15th place. And I put this one here because this one actually made me feel like Batman in the sort. I'm chasing down a criminal in the Batmobile, and it's not a tank, it's just like a normal car this time. And I have to slowly whittle down the health of the truck while taking out the cars helping it out. Again though, the 4 militia missions suffer from variety. Maybe they add more cars, that's about it, but I did have fun with these missions. I was chasing them down, and it was quite a thrill. That's why it's in 15th place. So to wrap up the 4 militia missions, in the bottom 4 spots we have Deathstroke and his tank, basically, and this was just such a disappointment. I wanted there to be a hand-to-hand fight like Origins, because Origins did one thing right. Their boss battles were pretty good, and I just wanted to see a repeat of that again, but instead I got a repeat of the Arkham Knight fight, which was terrible as well. And you can hide around a corner, you could just cheese Deathstroke, and then he pops out and you can easily take him down with one punch, maybe. You put him in the car, he says he put his guard down or whatever, and it's just terrible. I was expecting so much more out of this famous assassin in DC Comics, and he gets taken down by one punch, and he's in a tank. Ugh, it was very bad. So yeah, that's... Ugh. In 14th place, I have put The Line of Duty. In this side mission, basically all you do is you save firefighters from a group of thugs that have kidnapped them after their fire engine was exploded. The only reason that this side mission got above the 4 militia ones was it sort of tied in with Firefly's mission, which I thought was pretty cool. And I also felt emotionally for the chief, and he seemed like an actual good guy. But other than that, it was basically the same thing as Own the Road and Occupy Gotham, where you're in Predator mode, you're taking down thugs, or you're in combat, taking them down as well. And no variety from that is at all. And I thought I was leading up to some cool boss, but nope, just the fire chief. So that's why it's in 14th place.
I always made sure they were empty. No one was hurt.
You put your men in danger.
The city was shutting us down. I couldn't let them do it. I couldn't.
And while there was an arsonist at large in Gotham.
Okay, so in 13th place, I have put A Friend in Need. And this is solely on the cause because there was so much great build-up in Arkham City where you're finding all these dead bodies mangled and you're wondering who this is, and you get to the end and you find out it's Hush and he has your face, and then he gets away and you're sitting there like, oh my god, what is he gonna do? And then you come to Arkham Knight and you find out his whole plan is just to come to Wayne Tower and take his money. It's just so stupid. It makes no sense. He had such a great build-up, and the end was just catastrophic, terrible. Like, all you do is you counter him once, and that's the end of it. Lucius takes him out, basically. Now, the pros of this, it was kind of cool. Like, it tricked you for a little bit. Like, you have Bruce Wayne coming in, and you think that's him until he turns on Lucius. But that's the only cool thing, and that's why it's in 13th place.
It's over, Lucius. The world...
Alright, so in 12th place, I have put Riddler's Revenge, and I'm going to talk about this side mission as, like, parts, sections. So the first section I'm going to talk about is, like, his first 9 riddles you do to get Catwoman's necklace off. And those, in essence, are fine. The racetracks are a little ridiculous in concept. Like, he's really pushing what a riddle is, I'm not going to lie. But that is actually fine. It was a little frustrating the last racetrack where I would die, and then I curse at the TV and throw my remote. But that's about it. That was a little frustrating. But that part, in essence, was fine. And if they kept it like that, I would have ranked this side mission way higher. It had an actual boss fight, too, which you didn't see too many of those in Arkham Knight. But the thing that brings down this side mission the most is those 200 Riddler trophies. I mean, 243 is ridiculous. I'm not going to spend all that time looking for those trophies when he basically locked himself down in the basement anyway. I feel like if I had to give some advice to Rocksteady is you don't have to cram so many Riddler trophies in your games. Like, I'm sure all the fans agree with me when I say we don't need Riddler trophies. You can take them out of the game. They're not a necessity and they're just plain annoying to do. Yeah, so if he had left the side, they had left the side mission like it was. You rescue Catwoman and you beat his boss. Like in the clip I'm showing right now, this would have been way higher, but because of the Riddler trophies, I have to put it at 12th. That's why it's at 12th place.
It's an intellectual victory above all.
Why, thank you.
Alright, so now we are getting to some of the more decent, the better half of the side missions. In 11th place, I have put Lamp to the Slaughter. So this was actually pretty cool. I've never heard of Deacon Blackfire as a villain before, so I learned about someone new. It was a one mission. It was pretty cool. You had to take all the guys out before the time ran out, take out the electricity, and save Jack Ryder. That was all really cool. The only thing holding it back was it was very short, and it was a one-done deal. Like, they could have expanded it a little more, maybe like take out some cultists and then go after him. But everything else was pretty cool. I did like taking them out it was all positive vibes for me. It's just too short in my opinion. So that's why I put it in 11th place.
More times than you can possibly imagine. I'll still be here when you're dead and gone, Batman. Gotham will be mine.
Spare me this sermon.
What took you?
Alright, so in 10th place we have Gunrunner, and this is the Penguin mission basically, where you tag the truck, you follow through the city, and then it leads you back to Cobblepot's weapons lair, and then you blow up his vault of weapons. So for the reason for it being in 10th place was basically it got so high because it was fun playing with Nightwing. Like, that was a very fun feature. I like the dual takedowns that you could have, but basically this is on my bias. Penguin is just not an interesting villain to me. Is basically why I put it in 10th place. I hope none of you guys are offended by me putting it here. And also the variety is an issue as well. Like, you go in there, you beat up the guys, you blow up the vault, that's about it. The only time it changes is when they kidnap Nightwing at the very end. But that is about it. Like, it's the same thing every time, and there's no real fight with Cobblepot. You take him out in one punch, but that is expected. He's not a physical threat. But yeah, I just put it down here basically because of bias and a little bit of repetition. But that's why the Gunrunner got 10th place on my list.
Do not lie to me.
I'm not. I swear.